Good evening and welcome to Product Highlight. I'm Nancy Dodge from YB Stamp. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And this evening I'm going to show you how to use the Hang and Ornament die and stamp set. Different ways. One in particular was how to use the dies. I had a very difficult time trying to figure out how, but now that I know how, it's easy. You just need somebody to show you how. So in the September through December 2024 mini Stampin' Up! Catalog, you will find on page, I don't remember the page now, I think 44, the bundle for Hang and Ornament, and it's a very inexpensive set, but it makes some awesome cards. So I highly recommend it. I have the link on my website to my online store to purchase this. I think you will be very, very happy with it. All right, well, let's see some cards. The first one I'm going to show you, I just finished stamping this, and sad story. So here's the stamp set, and here's the die set. And see this little dot right here? Those are the holly berries. And I was using the holly berries to stamp on here, and I used my Stampin' Scrub to wash it, and this little piece came off my block and went somewhere into the abyss. So yeah, I'm looking for that. But it happens, doesn't it? So I just finished putting this card together. I thought I would quick throw on some gems just to spruce it up a little. Anyway, it had a little blank spot to it, so I thought I'd just put a couple gems on there. So this is the first one I'll show you tonight, and all I did was, here's the stamp set. I used this stamp, and what I did was I used my, hold on, I can get it, removable labeling tape, and I stamped the holly leaves and on this, and then let it dry, otherwise it'll smear. And then I put fussy cut them out so that I stamped these and then put the masking paper over that, so that when I stamped the ornament, it didn't interfere with the other stamp. And then I put the holly berries on and just put it together. Now the sentiment actually came with it from this, Greetings of the Season, another new set in this catalog that I love. This one and Everyday Greetings. They just kind of cover every holiday that you need. It's just, or occasion, I should say. All right. The next card, I did a couple of other cards, just kind of toss them together with some designer series paper, and this one used this stamp, and I just kind of put them together, these die cuts, and this was not. So different ways of using this set, and I will post these cards, so have no fear. The one I'm going to show you tonight is this one. I made this for a swap, and I'm going to use different cardstock and different designer series paper just to show you how versatile this is. But basically what it, I don't know if you can see the little hook, the ornament hook up there, and this comes off and you can hang it on your tree. The ones that I did for the swap, I actually put this color on the back. So this, can you see that it's tethered a little bit? So when you give this to your recipient, it's going to be tethered on 3 little spots, so that they can just pull this off. And then I just put some of the designer series paper on the inside. But this is the card we're going to make tonight. And the Merry Christmas also came from this Greetings of the Season. And I just put Merry and Christmas together to do that. But this is an awesome stamp set. I have a link to that on my website. Okay, so this is the card we're going to do. And I'm going to start with my card base. I know it's the same color, but I really liked, when I first saw the wild wheat, I thought, oh, but you know what? I get a lot of use out of it. I really do. And then I have this designer series paper. And this comes from, whoops, losing some ribbon. Seasons of Green and Gold. And this is a fabulous DSP. Can you see all the gold shimmer in it? Now this, I just fussy cut some piece out. And you can use for anything on your card. And it didn't take but a few minutes to cut that out. But look at this fabulous paper. I know this isn't what I'm just talking about tonight, but it's just, I love this, the gold, plaid, and greenery, bells. Now, even if you didn't, this it comes with a whole suite, but you can buy the paper separately, and you can fussy cut all these little pieces out and make whatever kind of cards you want. Look at that. Isn't that pretty, that gold? It's fabulous. Anyway, I'll put that aside and get on with our card. I got a piece for the middle and this for the inside, and I have some white cardstock. So we're looking at this. So I have green for the Blackberry Bliss, and then I have this for the ornament, and this is the piece that goes underneath. And then I have some adhesive sheet that I'm going to put on a piece of cardstock that I just lost. It's probably with that little piece that that I just had, right? Let's see. I don't know if this is the right size. I'm really good at losing things today. Well, maybe I'll cut another piece. But anyway, this is the adhesive sheet, because when I cut out the gold, which was also just here, I'm telling you, it's been a day. It's just been a day. Now I'm going to have to find it again. I'm batting 1,000. Oh, look, I found this piece. Okay, I found that piece, I think. No. Oh. Anyway, let me quickly cut another piece. I have gold right here. And I only need a little piece. So I'm just going to cut the same as this, which I think is 1 inch. If not, it is now, right? All right. So I'm going to start by putting the adhesive on the back here. You just kind of put your nails in a little bit. You know, now that I say that, it's just the way things are going today. There we go. It's starting to pull apart. But you could also use the mono multi-purpose glue. But I'm choosing to use the adhesive for these little parts right here. And then I even had a piece of green. I don't know. It's just the way my day is going. Sorry about that, folks. All right. We need to get to business. So I'm going to put all these things aside. And the first thing I'm going to do is take these two pieces and I want to stamp them both exactly in the same position. Now, Stampin' Up! No longer carries the Stamparatus, but I really need to use it tonight. I'm not a fan of using something that's been discontinued, but the way that I taught myself how to use this, this needs to be in the exact same position. So I'm going to take my cardstock, and it's just a little off. It's a little taller than it is wide. And I'm going to put this down evenly left and right, a little more towards the bottom. And push it down. Now I'm going to do this twice. Once I'm going to do it with the garden green. I mean, you could probably figure out another way of doing this, but all right. And then I'm going to let that dry, and I'm just going to use a wet one, or I should say semi-wet, because just to clean that off. And I'm going to blot it with a paper towel because I don't want any of it to be wet. But make sure you keep it on whatever piece that you're using, whether you have a Stamparatus or something else. So that's clean. Now the next piece, put in the exact same place, we're going to emboss. So the first thing I want to do is, I don't know if you guys have this toolkit, embossing toolkit. I absolutely love it. So this is an embossing buddy. It just kind of gets rid of the static on the paper. And then I have my Versamark, and I have my gold embossing powder on standby. So I'm going to goop this up with the Versamark. Make sure it's in the exact same position. And then going to cover with the gold embossing powder. I know it's excessive, isn't it? But, and then I'm going to use my little brush to get rid of these stray pieces so that I have a nice crisp image. I'm going to put this aside. I'll clean that in a minute. And it also comes with these awesome silicone tweezers. And I'm going to stick this aside because I don't need it right now. And I'm going to emboss this. Now, sorry if it's noisy, but I think it's kind of fun to watch. So this is the heat tool. And it doesn't take long. It's cold, so it'll take a little bit longer. But when you're doing a lot at the same time, it goes very quickly. Can you see it going? I'll do it at an angle so you can see it change. Isn't that pretty? I love the embossing. All right. There we go. Stick my heat tool aside. All right. Just want to cool that a little bit. Now, while that's cooling, I'm going to take this gold cardstock. And I'm going to take the little hook and the little topper and run them through my mini stamp cut and emboss machine. So you could do this in silver and use silver embossing powder, whatever you want. It's your creation. I'm just showing you how I figured out how to use this set. All right. There we go. Stick this inside. Pull off the little pieces. Save the gold for something else. And I'm going to take my pick tool. Whoop, that didn't even need to be poked out. And poke these pieces out. Okay. I'm going to stick those aside for now. All right. Too many moving pieces. All right. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to, so this is the underneath piece, and I want to stamp just for you on that. So I'm going to take my stamp set out. Whoops. Pull out just for you. Put it on my block. And I have Garden Green. And I'm going to stamp both of these. One for the inside. And one for the outside. Now this will make sense in a little bit. All right. I don't know if I trust myself cleaning after that last debacle, but we'll try. I think I was just in a hurry. Washing and drying. And that little piece just went flying somewhere. One day I'll find it, right? Probably after the Christmas season. Okay. Next, I'm going to take this piece and this piece, and I'm going to glue this on here. Now I'm going to use my multi-purpose glue. I just have it in a different container, but it really is this. And I'm going to cover the entire piece because I want to make sure the middle sticks. All right. I'm going to center it on this best I can. All right, I'm going to turn it over and put my block on it just to flatten it. I know it seems silly, but it works. Now, while I'm waiting on that, I'm going to add my Designer Series paper to the front of the card. Centered as best I can. There we go. And, oh look, I found the gold cardstock. I'm telling you, it's been a day. While this is flattening, I'm going to stamp the Merry Christmas. So I'm just going to pull Merry and Christmas out. Now what I did was I lined it up on my mat here, my glass mat, so that I could get the words even. Because I didn't want them to be askew. Whoops. Is my head in the way? No. Okay. And then I took my block and stuck it on there and pulled them up. So I'm going to take my garden green and stamp this. Hopefully it comes out straight. Not too bad. I could do straighter, but that's all right. We're going to wash and dry again. And then I'm just going to take my snips and cut this evenly, or as evenly as my eye sees it. And I'm going to just stick that aside for now. Alright, back to our little piece here. Alright, I'm going to pull out my Stamp Cut and Emboss again. And this time I'm going to use this ornament die. And I'm going to put it in my machine and line it up as best I can. So I found the easiest way to do it is to line this up evenly with the little top of the ornament, and then just move it up slowly until it's even in place. Hopefully it works right. Alright, and then gently put this on so it doesn't move on me, and run it through the machine. Okay, now take the die off gently, and I'll show you why. Because you don't want to cut. Can you see the little notches where it's still on? Right there, and right there. Okay, now I'm taking this piece and my multi-purpose glue again, and I'm going to put it everywhere except on the ornament. Remember, it doesn't need to be neat. Nobody sees your glue job. Right? Then I'm going to flip this over so you can see the indentation on the back. And carefully put it as even as you can, like you did on the front. Like so. And again, I'm going to just put my block on it a minute. Oh, look what I forgot to do. That's what I get for not paying attention to myself. I forgot to put the ribbon on here. So I'm going to take my pick tool and use the other end of the pointy. See that flat surface? This will help me lift this up a little bit so that I can tuck that ribbon behind, because I forgot. That's just how my day's going. I do have a PDF of this. Okay. Now I'm going to take my silicone sheet, silicone mat, and this ribbon is with the All About Autumn suite, and I'm going to put seal across it, stamp and seal. that. Line this up as best I can in this awkward position. And tuck it underneath. And then tuck this back down. Alright, crisis averted. And then this is our banner. I'm going to use dimensionals to pop that up. Put it down just a little bit so that the ribbon was exposed. Alright, I'm going to stick that aside again and pull this back out. Alright, hopefully I didn't put that on upside down. Did I? Nope. Okay. Now we're back to these little pieces that we die cut in gold. And you want to peel the adhesive off. And just barely tuck it underneath in between these two. See, you pop it up just a little bit and stick it down. Then we're going to take a piece of twine, which I thought I cut, but apparently I did not. Just 6 inches. And I'm going to put it through this hole. Now, it's a little tricky. So I'm using this, I don't know how many of you had kids that had braces. I still had these in my dental drawer, so I used these for specific reasons like this. So I'm going to poke the little hole out with my take your pick, that little dot, because it's 2 layers. Then I'm going to put this through here and my twine through that loop and then pull it through. And then I'm going to knot the top as best I can. Alright. And I'll just cut this off to make it a little neater. And then I'm going to take the other piece, this other little gold piece, the top of the ball, and I'm going to stick it over the twine and push down. It'll stick to that top section of the ornament. So this is made so that whoever you give the card to, they'll pull this off and they can put it on their tree. And then the card's still complete because the one you stamped is underneath. So it's kind of like a buy one, get one. Alright, now I'm going to use dimensionals on here. Just 5. You can use as many or as little as you want. Take off the backings. Line this up as best you can for the top. It's about 3/4 of an inch down on the top, and I think about, or maybe a 1/2 inch and 3/4. Now, I opted not to put any more embellishments on it because between the metallic in the designer series paper, the metallic on the little hook and whatever doohickey, And this embossing, I decided not to. I screwed that up a little. Anyway, and I'm going to put this on the inside. Just going to add some Stampin' Seal and put it on the bottom, just to give it a little extra. And add some Stampin' Seal on the back and put it in. Line it up. And there's our card. So your recipient will just be able to, now it comes with a little pull. And you can see that little pull. But I thought if I stamped it there, it would look a little too much. Now there's also a little arrow die if you want a stamp pull on that and put it right here. But I thought it just took away from it, so I didn't use it, but you could. So there's the same card that we did. And here are the other cards that I showed you earlier. All with this awesome stamp set. Hang an ornament. All right. I hope you learned something. I just want to do a quick plug for a stamp camp that I'm doing with 4 other demonstrators on October 5th. Preference is to register by tonight, just so that I can get the product to you. You need to have at least the stamp set, if not the stamp set and die set, to do the projects, but all the designer series paper and cardstock and embellishments that you need will be sent to you from me. All that information is on my website, ybstamp.com. Just click on the graphic and scroll to the bottom of the next page, and all the information is right there. All right, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you learned something. Next Sunday is our monthly gathering for Paper Pumpkin. We do that on Zoom. If you'd like to participate, let me know and I will get you the Zoom link. It's a lot of fun. We have a great group of gals that get together from all across the United States. That's at 7 o'clock on Zoom. So until then, happy stamping.